Anthony Hartwig here with a Beaver girls basketball player profile. We are joined by sophomore Ansley Baker. Ansley, thank you so much for coming on, talking to us today.
Of course.
All right, so last year as a freshman, you lit the world on fire. You put up all the numbers. You kind of snuck up on people. You know, probably weren't a part of the scouting report to start the season. And then everyone's like, "Who's this freshman?" So let's talk about this year, though. You're not sneaking up on people anymore. People know all about you. What's it been like to kind of be in that position where you're on people's scouting report? They know that they have to stop you, and it hasn't slowed you down as far as the numbers you're putting up.
It's definitely a little bit of pressure, but I just have to work through it and just make sure I'm working with my team and just getting my team involved even when I am getting a lot of pressure put on me. But other than that, I've had a pretty good season for the most part, so I hope I can keep it going.
What have been some of the biggest transitions you think from freshman year to sophomore year as far as the basketball goes and the skills that you've gained and some of the ways that you've grown as a player?
Well, last year we did get a new coach in, so like our team experience wasn't like all there, but this year like we are, so we're like working as a team more, and I think that's like definitely helped like having this like better transition into this year. So I feel like it's flowing more and just overall just better than last year, honestly.
Do you think as far as game speed and comfortability goes, you feel a little bit more comfortable now as a sophomore, now that you're used to varsity and you know exactly what to expect every night?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I feel like last year I was a little nervous coming in as a freshman. I wasn't putting up the most numbers like at the beginning of the season, but then I started like settle in and just really like just play my game honestly, and I feel like that continued to this year.
I think it's pretty obvious that you found your confidence at somewhere along the way. What gives you the confidence that you have right now, and what kind of sparked it? What was the thing that kind of started to make you feel like you could do it? You were confident in your ability to go out there and put up the numbers that you're putting up.
Well, I truly do love the game, so I feel like that just helps me a lot. Like I'm very passionate about it, so when I'm passionate about it and my teammates like encourage me and build me up, honestly, that helps a lot too.
So let's talk about your journey, your basketball journey, and how you fell in love with the sport when you got started, all that fun stuff. Talk about this kind of your love story with the sport of basketball.
I started when I was in fourth grade because, well, I did like camps when I was in elementary school, but our school didn't have a third grade team, so I didn't like start playing on a team until fourth grade. And I actually, and our fifth grade team when I was in fourth grade, they had a B team, and they let me play up on it, so I was getting like double the games when I was younger, and I just stuck with it ever since, and yeah.
Do you remember a time maybe in the journey where you kind of felt like basketball shifted from something you were just doing for fun to something to like, hey, I want to take this seriously. I want to put time into it. I want to work at it and get as good as I can be at this sport.
Well, definitely when I went into middle school, I feel like it changed a lot because obviously in sixth grade, like you're still playing like elementary school basketball. So like going into middle school, I feel like there was just more competition, honestly. And Beaver County, there is like competition, but it's not anything like extravagant. So going into like my freshman year when we got the new coach and the coach was telling me like you can get good like minutes, like we know you're a good basketball player. So that just really like last year before my freshman season is what like really when I started like working on my game and like trying to like just continue my growth.
You're the first player we've gotten to talk to this team so far this year. So let's get to notice kind of the feel of the locker room. What's the personality of this team like? What kind of things make Beaver girls basketball so special?
There's definitely a lot of personalities on the team. There's different like Emerson Conley, she's been a leading scorer for us too. She's D1 for soccer. So her athleticism and just everyone's like everyone really gets along and it's just a very like nice like team bonding experience, honestly.
What are some of your favorite things that this team's been able to do outside of the court to, have that team bonding and to build team chemistry?
At the beginning of the season, we actually had a sleepover here at my house, and it was fun. We like watched movies, and then we had an early morning practice, and so we like do things outside of like basketball together. Like we'll go to like the boys' games together, or we'll just like go and hang out together. Like we'll run like to Target or something like that. So I just feel like all of those like experiences just tie us together well.
Do you think there's a teammate or maybe multiple teammates that you have that you're really close with that you think they're in your circle because of basketball? That basketball literally brought them into your life, and maybe if it wasn't for basketball, they wouldn't have found their way into your circle, outside of the sport.
Bridget Mayo, definitely. Bridget's like one of my best friends. We get along really well. She went to Western Beaver until elementary school. So then once like fourth grade came, we were on the same basketball team, and like ever since then we've been best friends. So definitely her and Ava Wright and Emerson. We're like all little. We're kind of a friend group, but yeah, they're Bridget Mayo is definitely my best friend.
So we're talking about the transition between freshman and sophomore year on the court. Let's also talk about the transition in the classroom. It can be tough when you're a freshman and everything's all brand new, and the schoolwork's a little bit harder than it was in middle school. Talk about like what's the schoolwork like now as a sophomore that you have 1 year under your belt in the classroom as a freshman.
I say it's definitely a transition from middle school to high school, but from freshman to sophomore year, I feel like there's no like big difference to me. I've obviously been taking harder classes than last year, but it's definitely just I just have to commit to it and just put the student in the student athlete.
Yes, exactly. That comes first in that word for a reason. What was harder, the transition between basketball middle school to freshman or the classroom middle school to freshman?
I'd say basketball, honestly, because our middle school, like our seventh and eighth grade, are in our high school like building. So it's like seventh grade all the way up to 12th grade in our building. So we're in the same building, but we just have one hallway for middle school. So it helped when like I would just go to the other hallway for like ninth grade.
What are some of your favorite classes and some of the things that you think you're pretty good at in school?
I like history a lot. I get that from my dad, but I like history. I'm interested in chemistry because I'm taking chemistry right now, and I don't like math that much, but I get through it.
You perfect transition to the next question. I never worded the least favorite class because I don't like to throw shade out there on teachers that might be watching. But what are the classes that you think like make you work the hardest that you're not necessarily the greatest at that you have to dig deep to get good grades in?
Definitely my geometry honors class. It's been a not a rough year, but I've been struggling a little bit, but I'm getting there and I'm getting tutoring, so hopefully I can get a better grade this quarter.
I think that says a lot about you that it's not necessarily your favorite subject or maybe the one that you say that you're not the best at, but you're still in the honors class, which means you got to be doing something right to get into that. They don't give that to everybody. Well, let's talk about some of the things that you have as goals in future. You got 2 more years of high school after this, so you don't have to think about the overall after high school future too much yet. But what are some things that you kind of look at and things that you want to accomplish maybe next year, next 2 years, things that are on your kind of vision board here in high school?
In high school, I definitely want to become all section because last year I didn't miss like the basketball like all section, so I definitely want to achieve that. I want to hit 1,000 points before like end of next year. I think I'm at like 430 right now, so I think it's very achievable if I work at it, and I definitely want to play basketball in college, so that's an extended goal.
That's a great vision board that you have right there. And what we notice is that you're not only a basketball player, but you're also a cheerleader. So let's talk about that and what it's like to kind of live the life from both the athlete perspective and then the I don't want to say spectator, but the cheering perspective, being the supporter. What's that like living those dual experiences?
Well, when I was little, I actually started at Brighton Township. Like it was just a pee wee up to Mighty Might like cheer program, like football team, and then I got into competition cheer, and I really liked it. I did it for like 5 years, but it was a lot, and I knew like I didn't quit, but like I didn't do it the next season, like during my seventh grade year, because I knew like if I wanted to play high school basketball and I wanted to get good at it, like I wouldn't have time to balance it both because we were obviously traveling a lot for all of that, and so I gave up competition cheer, but I did keep with the high school cheer just because I really liked it, and I like cheering with my friends and cheering on the football team. And it's just a fun experience, and like you make a lot of memories on Friday nights with your football team and your school, so I do enjoy it a lot.
What kind of things do you think you take from not just the high school cheer, but the competitive cheer background that help you as a basketball player? What kind of things can you take from that world to make you a better basketball player?
Honestly, the bonding experiences, like the getting along with like different types of people, like my people on my cheer team are so much different than like on my golf team or on my basketball team or even on my volleyball team last year. So it's just like it just opens up like a different like perspective on everyone and just helps me bond with like all my friends.
How much do you think it's also helped you, no pun intended, being a cheerleader for your team, bringing the energy to your team, even if you're on the bench or you're not playing in that moment, trying to bring the energy on the court? How much do you think being a cheerleader helps you bring that as a basketball player?
I just feel like I have a very peppy like spirit, so it just helps me like cheer on my teammates. And I obviously love when my teammates do something well, and like they love it when I do something well. So it's just all around. It's a team experience.
I want to talk about the Beaver community and the school system and some of the things that kind of make you really proud to represent the school every night that you suit up. What makes you proud to be a Bobcat?
Like just our school, we have such a like a different type of I don't even like an environment that like other schools don't have. And I just feel like since like we're a smaller school, we're not too big, so I just feel like we all know each other, we all get along well. Like we're all friends, really. It's crazy to say, but we're like we all have friends in different grades. We all have friends in like lower grades. So I just feel like everyone knowing each other and everyone supporting each other just really helps like representing Beaver.
All right, we want to get to know you a little bit off the court before we let you go. So we're gonna have some rapid fire questions. First one I got: what's the favorite candy or dessert, like sweet tooth, that gets you going?
Like I like sour candy, but I like Sour Patch Kids, and then
Hmm.
for like dessert, I like chocolate ice cream or chocolate milkshake.
Now, do you like because Sour Patch has the two things? They have the kids or they have the straws. Do you have a preference?
No, I don't actually, but I lean towards the kids
As
definitely.
long as it's sour, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about movies or books. Which ones do you lean toward? Do you like to read a book or watch a movie?
I do read books, like, especially in the summer, but I do tend to lean towards movies more.
What was the last kind of really good movie that you saw, you think? I know you're busy in basketball. Maybe you have to
Oh, I
reach
don't
back in the memory
know.
bank.
I read the book. It ends with us, and I also watched the movie. So
We'll
that
take
was,
that.
yeah, that
We'll
was
take
another.
that. I gotta love Blake Lively, right? Let's talk about sunrise or sunset. Were you a night person or a morning person?
Oh, sunset night person,
Yes, I love it.
definitely.
What kind of things do you like to do, like outside of basketball? You're taking time off. What are some other hobbies or things you like to do outside of the sport?
I do like to read. I golf with my dad. Um, I watch Netflix a lot. I like watching my favorite TV shows, and that's about it.
Um, what's golfing with your dad like? How good of a golfer are you?
I'm better than my dad.
Good. I like to
I'm
hear
kidding.
it.
I started this past year, and I've gotten decent at it, but I do like golfing with my dad because we have a little bonding experience.
If there was a sport that either your high school has or maybe it even doesn't have that's out there that you kind of wish that you could throw your hat into the ring in, what's a sport that you watch or that you watch your classmates play that you wish maybe that you could get into?
Lacrosse, definitely lacrosse. Because
Why?
my friend, she's actually on the basketball team. Her name's Corinne. She does lacrosse, but Blackhawk, we like our team, I guess, combined with them.
Mhm.
So, and we're trying to bring a club to Beaver, and I think they successfully have done that. But definitely lacrosse if I didn't have AAU.
So Ansley Baker would definitely be on the lacrosse team.
Oh yeah.
All right, and then I want to ask because you play AAU, you get to play with a lot of different people from different schools. Gonna put you on the spot a little bit. Who's your best friend that doesn't wear a Beaver uniform in the basketball community?
Um, I would have to say Caroline Spurnack. She plays for Central Valley, and she was on my basketball team. We had like a best friend connection during the AU
Hmm.
season, and we still talk like even when we're not in AU season. So definitely her.
All right, Ainsley, we end these player profiles the same way every time. We want to give the athlete the chance to take the limelight off themselves for a minute and shine on the people in their life that support them, that are there for them the whole way. So I want to give you the time to give out thank yous and shout outs to all the people in your life that you think deserve it.
Definitely my parents. My parents are always there for me. They're always supporting me. My grandparents, all four of them. They help me so much. They support me all the time, so I couldn't thank them enough. And they always come to my games. They're always there. They never miss a game. And my brother inspires me a lot because he's obviously a great athlete himself. So definitely him and all my friends. My friends support me. They know my goals and dreams in my life, so they support that. And that's pretty much about it.
Ainsley, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate getting to know you a little bit. Wish you the best of luck this year, and we will see you again real soon.
Okay, thank you.